So today's practice, we really want to focus on creating a space where we're really listening into the body, listening into the mind, listening into ourselves. And we do that through coming back to the breath, coming back to the body, so as we usually do. But one of the things that cultivating states of deep listening does is that it allows us to notice our habits, notice our thought patterns, notice how we get stuck in thinking about certain things. And through noticing, we create the possibility for change. So we can only change what we know we're doing. So often we're moving out of habit. We're doing things and we don't actually know that that's how we do things, or that's what we're always thinking about. And we all have our own particular sort of patterns that we're entrenched in. It can be a very slow process of changing, or sometimes change happens really quickly. Let's make a start, just keeping that in mind. So cultivating a state of deep listening. Come to a comfortable seated position. So you might sit up on a cushion or a blanket if you've got one, and if that feels better for you. We are going to spend a few minutes here, so make sure you feel good enough to be here for that amount of time. Rest the hands on the legs and then close down the eyes. Feeling grounded down through the sit bones. And then start to lengthen up from the base of the spine. The tailbone, through the lower back, in the middle back, the upper back, the neck. And imagine the energy continue to lift out through the crown of the head. And then start to listen in to the sounds around you. And try to hear a sound that's really far away. What's the furthest sound that you can hear? It might be traffic or someone playing outside or whatever it is. Really hear it. And then start to move in a little bit closer. What are some sounds that might be just outside of the room or outside of your house or apartment? And then shift the focus to the sounds that are in this room. And then bring the attention to the sounds of your own body. That might be just some light breath, or little movements, little shifts in the body. And then just bring the attention just to the breathing. Following the breath in through the nose and then out through the nose. And you might notice that bit of sensation at the tip of the nose as you inhale and as you exhale. And then starting to let that go. Opening the eyes and coming over the legs. Come towards the back of the mat. Have the feet and the knees hip distance apart. Tuck the toes under, sit back towards the heels and relax the head down. Still keeping that sense of listening into the body,
Press down through the palms of the hands. Take an inhale. Exhale. C-curve the spine up towards the ceiling as you come onto all fours, and then release the toes as you come towards the top of the mat. Open through the shoulders. Try to let the hips be heavy. Inhale here. Exhale. Sit the sitting bones back. Tuck the toes under. Relax the head down. Take an inhale. Exhale. C-curving the spine up. And just letting the head be the last thing to unfurl in this spinal roll. Take an inhale. And then exhale, sit the sitting bones back. We'll just do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, curving the spine up, relaxing the shoulders open, releasing the toes, and press yourself back onto all fours. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the sitting bone, knees underneath the hips. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up, lengthen out through the right fingertips, and then as you exhale, laying down on that right shoulder, resting the head down, and just work out whether you want to stay here or the left hand can come forward in front of the left hip, or you could wrap that left arm behind the back. Trying to take hold of the inside of that right thigh or the right thigh if you can. Keep pressing down through both shin bones. And then releasing that left hand underneath the shoulder, press yourself back up onto all fours. Flex the right hand and reach it forward towards the front of the mat. Keep flexing the fingers towards the face. And then press out through the right side of the rib cage, just a bit. Keep breathing. And then inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Just take a moment and then take an inhale, reach that left arm up, lengthen up through the left fingertips, and then exhale, threading that left hand under, laying down on that left shoulder, rest the head down, and then option to either extend the right arm forward or wrap it behind the back. If you can reach for the left thigh, then feel free to do that. Open breath here. And then release that right hand underneath the shoulder, pressing yourself back up onto all fours. Flex that left hand, press it forward, and then try to press out through the left side of the rib cage. So we're just increasing that stretch along the upper arm on the left side and the rib cage. Keep flexing the left fingers towards the face if you can. And then inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Lay yourself down onto your belly. And take this right arm out to a 90-degree angle. So the right elbow a little bit higher than the shoulder. And then turn the head to the left, using your left hand, rolling yourself over onto the right side of the body. So you might just stay here if you just want to work on the shoulders. If you can take that left foot behind you, just up onto the toes, onto the balls of the feet, wherever you can. And just holding it here. Take the breath into the upper body, particularly that right side of the chest and the shoulder. Just continuing to listen in. So the sensations that come up, they'll rise and fall. And every now and then a little bit of space might open, which allows you to move a bit deeper. Or it might be something else where you feel like, actually that doesn't feel right for my own body and I need to come out of it. So the practice of listening to your body is doing what's right for you. So it's not about doing it exactly the same as I'm doing it or how someone else might do it. It's your body. It's your practice. I'm going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Is there anything you can let go of right here? Take one more inhale and then exhale, releasing back onto your belly. Just take your time and then just let the right arm just rest somewhere where it feels comfortable. So it might be down by your side or just leaving it up above the shoulder. Left arm can come down as well. Just taking a breath here. And then we'll swap it over. Take the left arm up, use your right hand and roll yourself onto the left side of the body. Rest the head down. And that right foot might just stay in front or it might wrap behind. You might close your eyes. Is one side tighter or looser than the other? So there's not a judging of whether that's good or bad or one shoulder's better than the other. Less judgment, but being curious and getting to know your body. And being here with what's presenting itself. And sometimes when we stay with what's present, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. Perhaps you might notice you're feeling a particular way, or there's other sensations. You don't like the sensations that are coming up in the body. As long as it's not painful, sharp sensations that feels like it's wrong for the body, how can you use the breath to stay with what's here rather than turning away or trying to distract yourself by thinking or moving into the past or the future? Just 5 more full breaths here. Take one more inhale and then exhale, rolling yourself back onto your belly. And then once again, just release that left arm so it's just down by your side or up above the head, just to relax. Just for a couple of breaths. And then bring both forearms out in front of you. Bend the left arm in and bend the right knee in towards you. Take hold of the right foot and then try to bring that right foot in. So if you feel like you would like to just lie back down, then feel free to lie down. And the other option is to actually stay up on the forearm. You can just either bring the foot in towards you, or alternatively, keep the hand to the outside of the foot. You can start to kick the foot back towards the back of the mat and start to lift that right knee off. So it's taking it a bit more into a back bend as well as the opening of that right thigh. Just another couple of breaths here. Take one more inhale and then exhale, releasing yourself all the way down. Just rest the head down just for a moment. Feeling the lower back release. And then we'll swap it over. So right forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Reach back, take hold of that left foot, bringing it in towards the bottom. And then there's that option to either lay down, or if you want to kick back with that left foot into the left hand, and that just allows you to come up a little bit more upright. Try to square the left shoulder towards the front of the mat. And if you can, start to lift that left knee slightly off the mat as well. Keep the breath going. Take one more inhale and then exhale, releasing all the way down, resting the head down onto the hands. Relax the shoulders. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back towards the heels, knees together, and we're going to come into our child's pose with the knees together if you can. Relax the head down, arms down by your side. Just letting the shoulder girdle spill open. Feeling that decompression in the lower back. This last couple of breaths here. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself up to a seated position. I'm going to sit over to one side and extend the legs forward. And then from here, flex the feet. You could use your hands to just help move the fleshy part of the bottom out of the way so you can be right up on your sitting bones. Press down through the backs of the legs, press down through the hands. And then taking an inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, start to fold forward over the legs. And so feel free if you need to stay a little bit upright or if you need a slight bend through the knees. And just do what's good for your own body. Relax the shoulders down and then starting to fold forward. So any of the forward folds naturally starts to relax the nervous system. So it works on the parasympathetic nervous system, encouraging you to slow down. And the breath will naturally start to slow down as well, and you can just go with that. Listening for any space that might open that allows you to move a bit further in. Last couple of breaths. And then inhale, coming back upright. Placing the sole of the right foot to the inside edge of that left leg, right knee out to the side, and reach the arms up once again. Inhale, and then exhale, coming forward. Just taking hold of the leg where you can. If you can take hold of the foot, then do. Take another inhale to lengthen out through the spine. Then as you exhale, starting to fold forward. And this time, it's just this right rib cage. Think about trying to rotate that side to the left leg. Try not to be at your maximum point. So if you feel like you're just here, you're holding on and your breath isn't moving easily, then just slightly shift back from your end point, which gives you a bit of space to move into. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale, just see if there's any space that allows you to come a bit further forward. And then inhale, coming back upright. And we'll swap it over. So take the right leg long, take the left foot to the inside seam of that the leg, and reach the arms up. Inhale, and then exhale, folding forward, taking hold of where you can. And one side might be a little bit different to the other, so just respecting that. If you need to pull back, or you might be able to go deeper on one side. And so that listening is also about knowing what it is that you really need and honouring that. So not pushing yourself into something because you feel like that's what it should look like or that's what you should be doing. Listening in to what it is that you really need. And these last few breaths here, there might be a bit of space that has opened up. And then taking an inhale, coming back up. Release that left leg out long. And we're going to roll all the way back down onto the back for Shavasana. So reach the arms up, take an inhale. Exhale to draw the navel in, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Let the feet fall away from one another. Open the arms out. Close the eyes. And once again, noticing the sounds outside of the room, outside of your house or apartment. Listening to the sounds that are furthest away from you. What can you hear?
And then bringing that field of listening a little bit closer, just outside the room or the house. And then shifting the focus to inside the room. And then bringing the focus to the sounds of your own body, your own breath. Feeling free to stay here for as long as you need to. Thanks for practicing today. Namaste.